What's up, real world climbers? In this video, we're mixing things up. Instead of just doing some home wall sessions, we're actually going to a commercial gym. So we're here at the Spot Bouldering Gym in Golden, Colorado, and we're going to just do a gym session. I'm particularly excited about mixing it up here and getting some professional route setting and maybe getting some ideas on how I can set better routes on my home wall for sure. One other thing I'm excited about is trying out a new system board that I have not yet tried. So as you've seen in many of my previous videos, I'm an avid moonboard climber. I'm a pretty big advocate of the moonboard and that system, but there's another system out there called the Kilter board, which you've probably heard of, but I've never tried one before. I've been very intrigued by it. Looks awesome. I mean, the holds look awesome, how they light up. My guess is the Kilter board that I climb on here in a little bit is going to be the big commercial one, which I don't know if that's really a viable option for a home wall, but Kilter does have a home wall setup. So if you have the ability to do an adjustable board, like 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall, I think that's their setup. They might have a 10 by 10. They have an app and they have all that stuff. And if you are able to do a adjustable board, I think it might be interesting to do a Kilter board. I do know that it's quite a bit more expensive. You got to take that into play as well. But the problems look really cool. I think it climbs a different style. That's what I'm interested in finding out. From what I've seen for a lot of beta videos of the upper levels for the moonboard, so a little bit past where I'm at right now, it starts to get to the point where to make the problems harder, you're just not having any feet underneath you, and so you end up just campusing on smaller and smaller holds and just campusing the last moves or so. And so that's something that is a little bit irritating to me about the moonboard routes. I'm sure that there's some great ones in there as well that have tricky feet. But what I've seen from the beta videos from people climbing on Kilter board is they give you the little feet and they just put the orange lights on, so that means they're feet only. I think it looks a bit more creative as far as using your feet and still making it tough. So that's what I'm interested in checking out, is just how it climbs. I'm sure they both have their pros and cons, but we're gonna head in there. So I like kind of trying some of these slabbier problems because I don't really have a good one set at home. So it's nice to try freshly set slab and good problems. So now we're hitting up the Kilter board. See how it goes.
now, change it to 40. Legends of Letterkenny. No matching. There's a rule on this, no matching.
So you may have noticed that we recorded this video over a year ago, and I'm just now getting to editing it. I thought about not finishing it at all because the music in the gym was so loud, and I would have definitely gotten a copyright strike if I would have left in most of the talking parts. And so initially I was pretty irritated with the edit, and I didn't think it was going to turn out, but hopefully you still enjoyed the content. So that session you just watched really was my first try ever on a Kilter board. But obviously in the last year and 3 months or so, I've tried it quite a few more times. So here are my thoughts. As I predicted earlier, I do really like the addition of the small footholds. I feel like it adds more variety to the movement. I feel like it is more maybe natural and realistic for some bouldering movement. The hold shapes on the Kilter board are really quite comfortable, and I would say on the bigger side. So this does actually lead to the style of the board and the style of the climbs, and that seems to be like big moves between big holds, powerful, a lot less finger specific and finger intense than maybe a moon board would be. What I especially like is the variability of the angle. So an adjustable wall I think is really quite key on a Kilter board. Since the moon board really only has the 40-degree main angle, and then the newer sets have a 25-degree option. Obviously, if you had an adjustable board for a moon board, you could try those ones in between. But with the Kilter board, all the 5-degree increments actually mean something, and they're changeable in the app, and sometimes it does also affect the difficulty. So to do a comparison of the moon board versus the Kilter board, they're really not really comparing against each other in my personal opinion. They're quite different tools that accomplish different things. And so if there's a chance you can get access to both, obviously I think they both have their merits. As far as which one's more viable for a home wall, I'm still going to lean towards the moon board, just because you don't have to have a variable angle wall in order to do it. And also the cost, I would say, is quite a bit different. And so if you're trying to be more cost effective in your home wall, I think the moon board is going to cost you a lot less to build. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Also, let me know if you think it would be interesting if I do evaluations of other systems boards. There's a symmetrical one out there that I'm pretty keen on trying, and so hit me up in the comments if you want me to do more content like this. Thanks as always for being part of this Real World Climbers community. If you're liking this content, it would be awesome if you tell YouTube that you do like it by giving it a thumbs up, and make sure you click the chains on the subscribe button. That way I can see you in future videos.